What's up, guys? So today I'm doing a video that's a little bit different from my usual videos, which is car reviews or car vlogs. I'm actually going to be doing an unboxing of my new mid-2020 27-inch 5K iMac. Now behind me here is my late 2012 21.5-inch iMac. It's not even a 4K display, it's 1080p I think, if that. And this has been my workhorse for the past 8 or so years. Now the main reason I've had this computer for so long is I primarily do photography and I've never really had a need for a more powerful machine. So this 21.5-inch iMac has only 8 gigabytes of RAM, a 4-core processor, quad-core, not a powerful graphics card at all. Now it has been getting really slow within the past couple years and I've just kind of dealt with it. Now factors like cost of a new PC, lack of motivation for upgrading, like I said before, doing primarily photography, Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop really didn't run that bad. Now every once in a while they would crash, or I wouldn't be able to have a Google Chrome tab open at the same time. Now I have thought about upgrading the RAM, but unlike my new 27-inch iMac that I have now, this 21.5-inch iMac does not have the RAM door that allows you to upgrade your own memory. So I was kind of stuck with 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now towards the end of last year, 2019, I started doing YouTube videos. I had a YouTube channel for several years. I used to do RC car videos and stuff like that, and some videos did okay, but I never really continued on with it and built it up. So I decided to wipe the slate clean and start doing car vlogs, car reviews, hence Robbie's reviews on some of my videos you may have seen, and various race events and rallies and stuff like that. So this being my first unboxing video, this is not a tech channel at all. I'm not going to be including any benchmarks or stats or anything like that. I'll go over the basic specs of my actual model that I ordered and kind of a funny story behind it. And then after that, I'll just show you guys kind of some comparisons between how long this 21.5-inch iMac takes to power up, how long it takes to open certain apps like Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and Lightroom. And now that I'm doing a lot of videography, both for my actual job and my YouTube channel, I needed a more powerful machine. So I'll kind of quickly go over the specs of my new computer before I unbox it. It is the mid-2020 iMac 5K, the 27-inch. Now, the funny story behind that is a couple months ago, I ordered the late 2019 27-inch 5K iMac. I spec'd it with the i9 processor, the 8-core, the Vega 48 graphics card with 8 gigabytes of RAM because I plan to upgrade it to 64 gigabytes, which you can't do with this computer behind me. And it was going to be a great machine and everything. However, I was actually using the student discount, the Apple Education Store, and I realized I made a mistake the first time I spec'd the computer. So Apple at the time was doing this promotion where you get a free set of AirPods and you can upgrade for 90 bucks to the AirPods Pro, which I did. I have the regular AirPods, which I gave to my dad and he loves them. And the thing is, they would send the AirPods first, and that would kind of tie the promotion to your order. So what I had to do was I had Apple cancel my order for the computer, but then I had to send the AirPods back. So they sent me a label, packed it up, brought it to FedEx. That wasn't really an issue. Then I went and spec'd another 27-inch 5K iMac. And just my luck, funny enough, I made another mistake. I ended up upgrading the RAM by accident to the 16 gigabytes. So then I canceled it again. So they sent the AirPods, I had to wait for them to come, ship them back. And then I must have freaked out the system or something because it says I had to wait 48 hours before I could place another order. 48 hours had passed. I was on the phone with Apple support countless times, getting escalated to managers and specialists and this and that. And long story short, it was about 2 weeks before I was able to make another order, third and final time. I'd had it perfect this time, the right processor, the right graphics card, everything, the right amount of RAM. Once I had payment confirmation, a couple days into the order processing, or they were getting it ready to ship, I got a notification that the order was on hold. Called Apple, they couldn't really tell me why it was, and then less than 24 hours later, Apple had announced the new mid-2020 5K iMac for the 27-inch. They had exponentially increased the power of this computer, new graphics card, new processor, and a bunch of other options, and I found out that they had upgraded me to a similar or a little bit more powerful spec than what I had originally ordered. So I still have the i9, but now it's the 10th gen i9 and it's a 10 core processor. as opposed to the 8-core i9 that previously was in my spec. I also had the Vega 48 graphics card with my previous spec, and then I found out they had upgraded me to the Radeon Pro 5700. And that's funny, so I upgraded they had the Fusion drive, which is an awful thing, and it's funny, the first time I actually did make the mistake of getting the Fusion drive before I found out just how terrible it is, and I'm really glad that I was able to cancel the order. So I upgraded to a 1 terabyte SSD solid state drive. Now for a lot of people they may not be enough storage, however I do have 4 terabytes of external storage. So it turns out for mid-2020 they got rid of the Fusion drive, which made a lot of people happy. And the SSD for the model I chose, the top of the line model, actually became standard. So the 512 gigabyte SSD was standard in the model I chose, and I upgraded for about $90 to the 1 terabyte SSD. So I actually ended up with a cheaper spec, or cheaper overall price for my new iMac than I had before, but a much more powerful computer. So I got lucky. So I know Apple's new silicone iMacs are a couple years out at least. There's a lot of speculation as to when they're going to be redesigned and this and that. This was the redesign for 2012, and my mid-2020 iMac looks exactly like this, just with a bigger screen. It's got the same bezel, huge chin and all that. Has a few more ports. But honestly, couldn't be happier. I needed a computer right now, and I needed something that could handle my video tasks and my bulk photo editing and stuff like that. I want to be able to browse on Google Chrome, have other programs open while I'm exporting a project or importing photos. So I really needed a machine that can handle anything I could throw at it. And like I said earlier, I opted to spec my new iMac with only 8 gigabytes of RAM because I chose to save hundreds of dollars, get myself 64 gigabytes RAM, 2 32 gigabyte sticks off Amazon. And I'll show you guys how to do that later with the RAM door that's in the back of the computer. This 21.5 inch actually does not have a RAM door, so it's stuck with the original 8 gigabytes of RAM, which has really been hurting me over the past couple months, which is why I decided to bite the bullet, upgrade to a new machine. And it's something that's really going to pay for itself in the long run. And I really future-proofed myself by getting a more powerful machine than I really needed, because in the near future may need more power, hence the 64 gigabytes of RAM. I may actually add that to the stock 8 gigabytes. I've heard of some people doing that, totaling 72 gigabytes of RAM. But now I'm going to go get the new iMac and we're going to start the unboxing. Well, it looks like the box got a little bit damaged from water, but luckily the way that Apple packs these things should be okay. Alright, get that off. Kind of looks like it fell off a truck. Thanks for that, FedEx. Alright, let's put it down on the floor real quick. Take it out of the box. And here it is. Flip it around. Now, as you can see, the box got a little bit wet on the outside. It's a little bit deformed here, but the iMac should be safe inside. So right now we're going to open it up. Got these pull strips here. Box comes down like that. See what we have here. Designed by Apple in California. This is the wireless Bluetooth keyboard with the mouse there. The Magic Mouse 2, I believe. Set that aside for now. As you guys can see, even though the outside box had some water damage to it, the iMac inside seems to be completely unharmed. So right now we're going to remove the protective foam covering. Alright, let's see how we can do this. There we go. Comes off the side there. Go over there. Other side. We're going to take the computer out very carefully. Alright, let's see. There's nothing else in the box here. I'll pack that back up for now. Throw it over there. Alright. Alright guys, take off the cover here. See, there's some tape back. Alright, it's the moment of truth. Well, it looks like on one of the styrofoam pieces here, we have the power cord for the computer. Really love the way that Apple does their packaging. It's very nice. Alright, now it's time for my favorite part. Just like when you have a new car with protective plastic coverings over the screens, just reach from the back here. Pull from the back here. Apple really does a good job at ensuring that that beautiful 5K Retina display is taken care of during transport. Pull from the bottom. And here we have the new mid-2020 27-inch 5K iMac. Alright, well now we're going to get it plugged in and powered up and see how it compares to my old late 2012 21.5-inch iMac with things like booting up and opening programs such as Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and Lightroom Classic, while also having things like Google Chrome tabs open in the background. So let's get it set up. Alright, so back here we just have our plastic cover we need to take off here so we can plug it in. Got the power cable right here. And looks like we have a little bit more protective covering on the back here. I'm going to peel that right off. See if there's anything on the bottom. Nope, nothing on the bottom. Just those pads there so it can lay on the desk. Now we're going to plug it in. Actually, before I plug the new iMac in, I've actually got a new desk pad which doubles as a huge mouse pad. Instead of using this cheap old mouse pad that I've been using for years, I'm going to open this up right now, set it up. So first I'm going to set down the new iMac very gently onto the floor. Alright, just going to open this up. Alright, here we go. I have this nice leather mat here by this company, YCAD or YCAD. Can't really pronounce it that well, but I'll provide a link below so you guys can check it out for yourself. Kind of just unrolls like so. And right here looks like we have a little guide for setup to get it to lie flat on the desk, and you see you can get in different colors. It actually shows an Apple keyboard here with the Magic Mouse. On the back there's just some more information, stuff like that. Right now, we get it to lie flat. There's some kind of a clip or strap here, not really sure what this is for. If you guys can see that there. Now it says just to take some heavy books and kind of place them on the corners so it flattens out. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. So let that lie flat for a second. Introduction to logic and some college algebra. Alright, now that we got the mat to lie flat for the most part, we're going to bring the iMac back up to the desk. Get it plugged in. Alright, just going to unpack our Magic Mouse and keyboard here. There we go. The keyboard and the nice packaging there, as well as the Magic Mouse. In the keyboard and mouse packaging, there was also a lightning cable. This is what you use to charge the Magic Mouse 2 there. You can see the charging port on the bottom. As well as this really nice cleaning cloth here for that 5K iMac screen. Alright, I am now going to power on my new 27-inch 5K iMac. Hit the power button on the back. There it is. Got the Apple logo in the loading screen there. Make sure our mouse and keyboard is on. Keyboard is on. It's now trying to find a mouse to pair to. All right. Turn the mouse on. Make sure the keyboard is on. All right. And the really cool thing is this whole mat is basically one giant mouse pad now. It feels great to use. Feels nice to have my hand rest on. All right, now it's just having me do the initial setup. Language, English. Country, United States. The Wi-Fi. All the usual data and privacy stuff, yes. And now it's asking us how we want to transfer our information, either from a Mac, Time Machine Backup, Startup Disk, Windows PC. We're going to choose don't transfer any information now because we have backed everything up to our two terabyte external hard drives already. Now I'm going to sign in with my Apple ID. Terms and conditions. Agree. Create a computer account. Alright, now it's just setting up iCloud. I logged in using my iCloud account and made a user on the computer. Now it's just setting everything up. I prefer to keep Siri off when it comes to the computer. It says choose your look here. You have light mode, dark mode, and auto. We're going to stick with light mode for now. Really is easier on my eyes in my opinion. Now here we have True Tone. Now the funny thing about True Tone is it makes sense to have it on an iPhone where it's going to be in different lighting situations all the time. However, on an iMac where it's going to be not really moving ever and be in the same room. However, like right now it is pretty cloudy out and rainy, and on days when it's sunny it may make a difference on the display. I'm not really sure. If I have my bedroom door open it may make a difference. Setting up your Mac. Alright, there we go. And right off the bat you see that amazing 5K Retina display. I mean, it is leaps and bounds better than what I had before in my late 2012 21.5 inch iMac. There is no comparison. It is night and day. Aside from it being a 27-inch screen versus a 21.5, the difference in clarity, quality. This actually has the studio speakers, the new T2 chip, and as you can see, the everything from my previous desktop kind of got imported on, which is pretty cool. We'll go to about this iMac. We can see that it has the 3.6 gigahertz 10-core Intel Core i9 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, which we're going to fix in a little bit. We're going to add 64 gigabytes to it. Let's see here. Displays, 27-inch, 5120 by 2880, AMD Radeon Pro 5700 for the graphics once again. Storage, it is 500 gigabytes of flash storage. Max RAM from 8 gigabytes to a whopping 64 gigabytes. And using these two 32 gigabyte sticks here, I'm going to include a link down below to these, which I purchased from Amazon. So what we want to do first is we want to shut down the computer, power down. Set my mouse and keyboard over here. Now very carefully, put the iMac on its face like so. Right on our mat will do. Kind of turn it here so you guys can see. Alright, I'm going to unplug the iMac. Pull the power cord through here. Now you actually have a little button here. And if you guys can see this right above the power cord. So we're just going to take actually pencil will do just fine. Kind of open it like that, push it, and the door opens. Put the RAM door here. It's actually a little legend or a guide here on the RAM door to show you exactly how to open it. Pull the tabs out like that. The RAM slot comes out. So I actually just finished watching Max Tech's video on how to upgrade the RAM on the 2020 5K iMac. And according to them, you can actually safely mix and match your factory RAM with the upgraded RAM. So we're going to give it a try. And if it all works out, we're going to have 72 gigabytes of RAM when we're done. So we're going to open it up here. I've got the RAM door open. The factory 8 gigabytes of RAM is inside. Alright, so we've got our RAM here. Going to pop it on into the first slot here. Okay, the first stick is in. Now for the second one. Okay. They're both firmly in place with the factory 8 gigabytes of RAM. Let's hope the configuration is right. Sometimes with the configuration of the RAM sticks, it can kind of confuse or mess up the computer. Nothing like catastrophic, but can kind of like confuse things. So now let's pop it back in. Going to close back up the RAM door. Alright, now we're going to plug the computer back in. Prop it back up. Alright guys, I got our new 64 gigabytes of RAM in with the factory 8 gigabytes of RAM, totaling for a 72 gigabytes of RAM. Now we're going to turn on the computer, cross our fingers and hope it works. Alright, just going to log in real quick. Now if we go to About This Mac, you see here it has 72 gigabytes of RAM. Alright, it worked guys. Alright, now I'm going to log into Adobe. Download the whole suite of programs, Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, and we're going to see how quickly those open compared to on the 21.5 inch iMac. Alright, now I'm going to compare the booting up time of this mid-2020 27 inch 5K iMac to my old late 2012 21.5 inch iMac. So I'm starting the timer here, power button. And just like that, under 15 seconds, not a surprise. I believe my 21.5 inch iMac took several minutes. I mean, I know I'm comparing apples and oranges here, guys. It's just really amazing how far these computers have come. So I've actually downloaded a Creative Cloud app here and all my apps that I use, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and Lightroom Classic. And I'm going to open those up and compare those to how fast the 21.5 inch iMac opened them up. So first we're going to start with Lightroom Classic. Start the timer. Opens up immediately. I mean, boom. Under 5 seconds, guys. That is truly amazing. Alright, so now I'm going to open up Premiere Pro while Lightroom Classic is running in the background. Start the timer. Here we go. Wow guys, rated about 15 seconds. You know what? Let's just go ahead here. While we're at it, we'll go to Photoshop, open that up, start. This is while Premiere Pro and Lightroom Classic are open. Say yes. And just like that, Photoshop opened up in under 14 seconds. Actually, lost a few seconds due to having to give it access to the Documents folder. So honestly, right around 10 seconds for it to open with two other major apps opening up. Like I said, guys, I know I'm comparing apples and oranges here with that other 21.5 inch iMac. It only had 8 gigabytes of RAM, very slow processor. It was a i5 quad core, whereas this 27 inch 5K iMac has 72 gigabytes of RAM. Came with 8 gigabytes. I installed my own 64 gigabytes, and it has that amazing 10th gen i9 10-core processor. And really, this is more power than I'll ever need. Honestly, it is overkill for what I need right now. I mean, I'm really doing basic YouTube videos, editing footage, nothing crazy when it comes to 4K video or 8K. Really doing 1080 and some 4K here and there. Nothing too crazy. And with the photos, it is RAW photos. I shoot with Canon RAW, and they're about 30 to 35 megabytes per RAW file. But honestly, I mean, I could not be happier. And like I was saying earlier, guys, just look at this screen. This amazing 5K Retina display is unreal. I mean, I'll go to some of the, let's see here. Some of the desktops and the screensavers we have to choose from. I mean, it just looks unreal, guys. And it's really hard to get it to translate through the camera here. However, Those of you that already have the 5K iMac or have had it for a couple years, you know what I'm talking about here. I mean, you just can't beat it. It really is something else. So as you guys can see, this is what I've been dealing with, and I know, why am I complaining? I have an 8-year-old iMac with 8 gigabytes of RAM, trying to run all the latest software and everything at the same time. Just trying to make a point, saying that it's amazing how slow computers can get over time as new software comes out, and that older hardware really gets stressed. And you can see there, 7 minutes and 43 seconds just for Premiere Pro to open up while Lightroom Classic is running in the background. Now, I didn't even bother trying to open any Google Chrome tabs up, and you don't even want to know how long it takes sometimes to export even a 5-minute video project in simple 1080p, let alone 500 or 600 photos in Lightroom Classic. And Photoshop sometimes takes even longer to open, and sometimes it'll actually fail to open completely or just crash the computer. So that's always fun. Alright guys, well that should do it for this unboxing video of my new mid-2020 27-inch 5K iMac. As always, thanks for watching, and please be sure to subscribe.